very welcome and welcoming to all the friends and the dedicated people in the Dharma from all over the world, joining us through Sakya Friends activities of Dharma, and I'm honored to be here with you all. And tonight I'm going to continue the empowerment of the 21 Taras of the Suryagupta tradition, which we began a few of them before, and this I have agreed to give these two empowerments in this January, the first month of year 2026, a very auspicious beginning. If we allow our mind to turn back from the year that has passed, and now with this new year, how we can best empower and rejuvenate our goodness and our kindness in seeing the good in others and remembering the kindness of others. Even there are some difficulties with individuals, how we can shine love and kindness in a renewed friendship and understanding, so that we can empower rather than become disempowered by difficulties. Yes, people who are wise are not degenerated by difficulties, but become strong by difficulties. So these empowerments that came from India into the Tibetan Buddhist tradition is a very big and very profound tradition of how to renew our goodness, so that we learn to replenish the oil before it runs out in the tank. So being able to join together with like-minded people through the auspices of the Sakya Friends and all our very kind and generous translators and organizers, coordinators. So please sit back and stay very present in going through this empowerment ceremony of Ushnisha Vijaya Tara, the victorious crown Tara empowerment. Before we begin the empowerment, it is a formality to recite some prayers before the empowerment. So, as you should all have a copy, we will recite the Vajrasattva mantra, common Vajrasattva mantra 3 times. If you can follow that, would be good. Even you don't know the mantra very well, just stay very present that all your difficulties of the past, what we thought, said or did, unconsciously and unintendedly, but due to severe circumstances, you should forgive yourself and forgive others, and vow to renew the friendship and the kindness to each other, so that we can receive this empowerment. With this intention, we will recite this mantra. Homage to the Blessed One, glorious Vajrasattva. Om Vajrasattva Samayam Anupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Bhadisandru Membao Sudojayo Membao Anurada Membao Suvajayo Membao Sarvazida Mevayaja Sarva Karma Sudame Zedam Shire Guru Hong Ha Ho Banga Sawa Dada Gada Vajra Mame Munja Vajramba Ma Zamaya Zadwa Om Vajra Zadwa Zamayam Anubalai Vajra Zadwa Denamba Dizandru Membawa Zudojayo Membawa Anurada Membawa Zubojayo Membawa Zarwazide Mebaya Zarva Karma Zujame Jidam Shirya Guru Hong Ha O Banga Sarva Dada Gada Vajra Mame Munja Vajra Ma Zamaya Zadwa Om Vajra Zadwa Zamayam Anubalai Vajra Zadwa Denoba Dishdandru Membawa Zudoshio Membawa Anurada Membawa Subhashio Membawa Zavazide Mebaya Zazarva Karma Zujam Jidam Shirya Guru Hong Ha Ho Banga Sarva Dada Gada Vajra Mame Munja Vajra Ma Zamaya Zadwa. Deluded by ignorance, I have broken sacred vows in the Guru and the Master, the highest of Ajadara, essence of great compassion. Foremost one, I take refuge. I confess all my transgressions of the root and the branch vows of body, speech, and mind. I pray to glorious Vajrasattva, please cleanse and purify all my accumulation of negative deeds, mental obscuration, faults, failings, and impurities. By this merit, may I reach Vajrasattva stage swiftly and also lead to that stage each and every living being. So with this formality of reciting the mantra, now please stay very present. We should all develop the right intention, and while observing the appropriate conduct, physical, verbal, and mental conduct, and most importantly, having the right intention with altruistic motivation, renunciation, with the wish to renounce suffering and their causes, the karma, negative karma and afflictions, trying to renounce these as the causes of samsara, and try to cultivate the bodhicitta motivation that I'm going to receive this Ushnisha Vijaya Dhara empowerment for the benefit of all sentient beings who, not only in this life, but in many past lives, have and are our mothers. Even those very difficult sentient beings that we really want nothing to do with are actually unrecognized past lives mothers. They are not there by accident. They are there to resolve the mutual karma that has left incomplete. So therefore we should see all sentient beings. You need to be empowered tonight so that you can see through the eyes of a kind person who sees others as your past lives mothers. And so that through this Tara empowerment, may we be able to change the film of our eyelid so that we can remove that wrong views we have of others, but see them with kindness and compassion. And so at the very beginning, developing the motivation that I'm going to see this empowerment with loving kindness and compassion and bodhicitta motivation for the sake of all sentient beings. It is for this reason I'm going to practice, receive this empowerment in order to reach the fully enlightened state of Buddhahood for the benefit of countless sentient beings. It is for this purpose I'll first receive this profound empowerment of a Suryagupta tradition, and then I will endeavor to practice these very teachings not only on the question but on everyday life situation. May I have a fluid and spacious kind, the elixir of bodhicitta motivation. So with this in mind, please stay very pleasant And so being participant to the empowerment is not a passive. You have to be actively listening intentionally, attentionally, and with good retention of these two. Then it becomes a pot that is devoid of three faults. The faults of the pot that is put upside down is like being distracted. So if you have a good attention to stay very present, is a pot devoid of being placed upside down. And then the intention, intention with which you are not receiving this empowerment just for the temporarily, this evening, or just for today, or just for this life, but for the benefit of all the countless mother sentient beings. May I be able to be armed with the fitness of practicing loving kindness and compassion and forgiveness and understanding in all situations. So if you have this motivation in listening and translating and explaining and sitting there with everyone, so many Dharma brothers and sisters tuning in from many countries of the world, we must have some kind of formal karmic bond residual, that we should have the good merit to be here. So with that kind of delightful, positive intention, if you stay, that is the pot that is not spoiled by dirty things. Then, which means this good intention will make the merit of being part of this empowerment truly enliven the goodness in your mind and body and spirit. It's something will shift you for the better. And then the pot that is not leaking, faults of not leaking, is that you try not to forget any of the quintessential meaning of this empowerment and teachings, and try to not only practice formally, on the cushion, but try to apply the teachings of the Buddha, the incredible panacea, incredible medicine. That is not just physical medicine for the physical elements, the medicine for the mind, the medicine for our attitudes, how we form, what thought we choose and what thought we drop. This kind of cognitive awareness is awesomely precious, and therefore we call precious is the Buddha, the unsurpassable teacher. Precious is the Dharma, the unsurpassable protector, because real protector is when you think, remember, and apply, and do the Dharma in your thoughts and in your words that you don't think or say, and the actions that you restrain and you try to apply. This kind of cognitive awareness is the real protector. There's no real protector out there like a divine intervention. It is that kind of quality that you engender is the real Tara. So Tara is this very cognitive awareness of a kind mother in you who looks after the child that is languishing in pool of samsara. So therefore, please stay very present with this good attention, even better intention, and even much better retention of all the above and what will follow here onwards. So with this, in a very good intention, stay very present without any impeding thoughts of doubts or fear or dullness or laziness and forgetfulness and boredom and like that, but instead like as if you're listening to the music that people go to attend some concert from travel many hours to a place and everybody gather to listen. Like that you have come to listen to the sweet elixir of the Dharma. By merely hearing of this will not only bless your hearing organ, but your mental organ and your thought organ. So with this kind of certitude, of attitudes, the purpose is so great, it's a very, like a big purpose. The purpose is not just for tonight or me or this life, but for mind stream, our overall conduct of our attitudes, and for the benefit of everyone we shall meet, and benefit in the future lives, and so on. So with this intention, you stay very present, and first of all, this particular empowerment we are going to do has come down through the incredible lineage of Suryagupta. He is one of the 84 great adepts of Mahasiddhas of India, and who himself is one of the principal teachers of Atisha the Great. And through Suryagupta, this empowerment, this practice of Tara has spread to many traditions and lineages, be that through the Atisha the Great, or Lotsawa Rinchen Zangpo, or Nyen Lotsawa, or Kashmiri Pandita, whatever, they all are followers of this Suryagupta tradition. So therefore, this receiving this empowerment, not only tonight, but the last few times before, and also over the next 11 months, if you're going to continue to receive the rest of, it's a great karma and merit to be able to forge this connection and bond and samaya with everyone else. So therefore, it's such a good commitment you're all making. So thank you for your attendance. And now, in order to receive this empowerment, first of all, we have to make a mandala offering, imagining the teacher conducting this empowerment and place that you are viewing and listening from. Is not ordinary, but the pure embodiment of Ushnisha Vijaya Tara in the pure Acacia Grove realm of the Tara, and as well as all the other Taras. And in the presence of such divine manifestation, yourself being in the pure realm, now make a mandala offering. Mandala offering is a token of making the request to bestow the empowerment. Mandala means this universe. If you really knew the value of the Dharma, even the whole universe is too small a match to receive and to cherish these teachings. The Tibetans definitely did so. They sent their translators to India, making them carrying 500 ounces of gold and many other riches and so on to take to India in order to receive this empowerment. They definitely gave their mandala, their universe of material wealth, as a token of their devotion, their good merits of the body, speech, mind, in order to import the Dharma from India. So here too, we to continue this good legacy and tradition, you make a mandala offering in your joint palms. And those of you know how to do the actual mandala offering gesture mudra, or not just joining the hands together. Sometimes in formal, in-person empowerment, we give people to hold some rice or grain. But here you can imagine as if you are also doing that, and then as we chant this offering, mandala offering prayer, this mandala offering prayer, we chant the one verse, the mandala offering by great Atisha, translated here into English. So now with this pure devotion and intention, meditatively make this mandala offering. Oh, the and oh, my mirror for the sun, Renamendala Buja Menga Samunda Zavaran Zamaya. So, having made the mandala offering as a token to request this empowerment, now you join your hands at the heart and you will repeat after me this prayer, which is to request the empowerment. It goes in Tibetan, Tusum Sangye Tamje Dang, Labe Lai Ngoni, Panden Lame Kadingi, Dala Jenan Zadu Zo, which translates like this, and please repeat. Oh Vajra holder, please pay attention to me. In order to benefit sentient beings, I supplicate to the great compassionate one to bestow upon me all the empowerment, to bestow upon me all the empowerment, to bestow upon me all the empowerments. So with that request, now in order for you to receive the empowerment properly, you will need to purify your mental continuum. Just like a cup that before you drink from need to be washed, likewise you need to purify your mind from some kind of anger or sadness or guilt or resentment and judgment, and all those thoughts are not good to keep. So we need to purify so that this empowerment that you're going to receive are not tainted. So in order to do this, visualize in the space before you, whole space is a complete mandala of the divine appearance of 21 taras who are presided over by Ushnisha Vijaya, yellow forearm Tara. And each of the Tara's holy presence is so powerfully captivating of your attention, intention, and retention and devotion all together. You're so present in your mind that you are here to do the sevenfold prayer. This sevenfold prayer that consists of the 7 things. When you repeat after me the prayer later, you have to think of the 7. The first is the confession. Anything that you have said or did or think in your mind, like anger or sadness, ill will, you should vow not to do them anymore. It's so debilitating to hold bad thoughts, grudges, resentment, guilt, and judgment. Those you have in the past, that's finished. Now you make a vow tonight not to do them by the blessings of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and particularly Tara. So with this in mind, you make a confession of all the things you said or did or thought that are really not, you are not proud. Tonight you just throw out and never to let it keep in your mind. So that's the first of the 7 points. So when we recite the prayer, later on you need to focus on that. When it says, I take refuge in the triple gem, confess all the negative deeds. When we say this, you should wholeheartedly, with strong sense of regret and strong faith in the Dharma, regret in your mind, and a very strong promise never to repeat the mistake in the future, and with strong confidence that this will change and make you become strong and good. That you never see someone with ill will anymore because you are a Dharma practitioner, because you have refuge in the Triple Gem. And so this will totally empower your dignity and your fitness. So that's the first one. Second is you should learn to rejoice the good deeds, good things of others, from ordinary people all the way to the bodhisattvas and enlightened ones, or your neighbors or friends, whoever has good health and good success, spiritually, mentally, materially, or socially, or financially. If somebody is having some success, you should rejoice, feel happy for them. Why? Because usually we're crippled by jealousy. We are often jealous of the senior, competitive to the equals, and arrogance to the juniors. So these are debilitatingly crippling people. Jealousy is crippling people. Jealousy is making people to say untruthful things behind people's back and cause schism and all of that. We should vow never to do jealousy, but instead do rejoicing. So that's the second limb. Third is to vow to attain ultimate bodhicitta. So that bodhicitta is highest practice. So highest aim is to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. You have no ordinary worldly aims, mundane aims, but to attain in ultimate Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. That's the third limb. Fourth limb is to realize these above three. You have to take refuge in the Triple Gem. And some of you have already taken refuge before you, haven't you? So you should rejoicingly renew that refuge tonight. And this is renew the refuge. So if you have some habits of drinking or smoking or some bad life habits that are contradiction to your precepts, you should vow to not drop them and never to pick them up. And so because you have refuge in the Triple Gem, and so therefore you will honor your words. Renewing refuge is not just an occasional thing. We should do that 4 to 6 times a day regularly. That is a Buddhist practice. Renewing your refuge. So tonight receiving the empowerment enables you to renew your refuge. Refuge ceremony is not just the first time having a little haircut and giving a name by teacher. That's just a ceremony. True refuge is every day you should review your thoughts, your views, your opinions, your habits, your experiences, and not stay down, harmed by them, but learn to seek refuge in the Dharma and drop those wrong views, ill wills and judgment and sadness and poor me and how dare they do this to me. All these kind of thoughts you don't do. That's a refuge. Okay, refuge is really safety. When you before the airplane takes off, they'll give you a safety briefing. And in Buddhism, the refuge is the most important safety briefing. So you're briefing yourself to practice safe thoughts, to practice safe physical conduct, to practice safe verbal conduct. That is refuge. Refuge is not some ceremony. Of course, it could be performed as ceremony, but actual practice is doing the self. Say somebody may have done something that is awfully bad and harmed you, but you should feel sorry for them, forgive them, and never harbor ill will. And then making a promise not to harbor ill will to them and not resent them again, and instead practice loving kindness to them is a refuge. True refuge is not harming oneself and other sentient beings. So that's the fourth one. Fourth limb. Fifth limb is generating wishing bodhicitta. That's aspiring to attain Buddhahood. Always renew your vow to this aspiration. Again, 6 times a day, not just once a day. Just regularly try to renew your aspiration to benefit sentient beings, to repay their kindness, to forgive them, to practice generosity, to practice diligence, and wishing to do this, renew your vow to practice. That's the fifth limb. The fifth limb is a powerful remedy to laziness and to depression, anxiety, and all that. Now the sixth limb is engaging bodhicitta, which means you should go and actually do the bodhisattvic deeds through your words, through your thought, and through your deeds. Even giving a mouthful of food to the bird, or a drink to a friend, or a little comfort to somebody, and so are frightened, who you just try to help a little bit, and this is engaging bodhisattva's conduct. So you're vowing to try to do as much as possible that are concordant with bodhisattva's conduct. Incredibly empowering. So, and the seventh and last is that dedicating the merit that has come from doing all the above, however feeble and small that may be from ourselves as practitioners. So nevertheless, not overlooking this, saying this is too small a merit, but however small it is, that too you dedicate it for the benefit of all. It's just like a drop of water you drop in the ocean, so until the ocean water dries, that drop of water will never dry. Likewise, if you dedicate your merit, then that goes to benefit so many people. So with this 7 points in your mind, and now you will do the sevenfold prayer, which you should all have a copy. And so join your hands at the heart, feel the incredible holy presence of the 21 Taras, who are inseparable from the Guru, all the root and lineage gurus of the Suryagupta, and all the Dharma traditions, all those spiritual masters throughout the last 26 centuries. They're all present before you, witnessing you, giving you grace, giving you blessings, giving you encouragement, instilling faith and devotion. And you wholeheartedly, by saying this sevenfold prayer 3 times, are actually meditatively transforming yourself. So with this mind, we will do the sevenfold prayers. Thank you, everyone. I take refuge in the Triple Gem and confess all the negative deeds. I rejoice in the virtuous deeds of beings. I keep in mind the Buddha's enlightenment. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge in enlightenment. For the sake of others and my own, I shall cultivate bodhicitta. And with excellent bodhicitta, I shall invoke all beings as my guests. I shall practice excellent conduct, the 6 paramitas, and I dedicate to benefit all beings. For the second time, I take refuge in the Triple Gem and confess all the negative deeds. I rejoice in the virtuous deeds of beings. I keep in mind the Buddha's enlightenment. In the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, I take refuge in enlightenment. For the sake of others and my own, I shall cultivate bodhicitta, and with excellent bodhicitta, I shall invite all beings as my guests. I shall practice excellent conduct, the 6 parameters. I dedicate the benefit of all beings. For the third and last time, I take refuge in the triple gem and confess all the negative deeds. I rejoice in the virtuous deeds of beings. Keep in mind the Buddha's enlightenment. In the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, I take refuge in enlightenment. For the sake of others, my own, I shall cultivate bodhicitta. And with excellent bodhicitta, I shall invite all beings as my guests. I shall practice excellent conduct, 6 parameters. I dedicate to benefit all beings. So we have just concluded. Recite that in Tibetan. Now, having done the 7-fold prayer 3 times, now you repeat the uncommon prayer supplication. That is, oh Venerable Master, the Buddhas of the past, bestow victorious crown, Thara, empowerment. Malupa Zaldu so. So with this you have requested the bestowing the empowerment. So this has concluded all the preliminaries of conducting this empowerment. Now, stay very present, very sincere, pure motivation, good visualization. As much as I'm able to explain, try to feel as I'm causing you to feel these things. So in order to lay the good foundation of the man empowerment, as you show great devotion and you are so present and so attentive and so good altruistically attending by the power of this multitude of all these 1,000 people's devotion from so many countries, so many places, this has this has instilled the blessings of a great Guru, Tara, the Ushnisha Vijaya Tara, from whose heart rays of light issue to the front shrine Tara. From the shrine Tara and the teacher yellow Tara issues rays of light issues and touches to each and every one of you, your physical body, and as it touches like the sun glistening on the mountain, then it brightens the mountain, and the color of the yellow sun come onto the snow. Likewise, as the rays of light radiant touches you, all your negative karma, habit, bad obscurations, fear, anxiety, together with your gross physical aggregates, all of these, your sense organs, sense objects, transforms into a ball of yellow light. And then, as the teacher recites the mantra, Om Zo Bhava Judo Sarvada Mazo Bhava Judo Hang. As soon as this recitation occurs, all phenomena from the small atoms to the huge universes and planets, all of them, together with your gross physical body, become all vanish like a dream. Like all the big clouds, banks of clouds in the sky vanish tracelessly. Imagine all your sufferings, all your karma, all your objects of suffering, all vanish into the pure state of emptiness. Omozo bhava judo sarvadama subhava judo. out of the state of emptiness, there appears appears a beautiful lotus flower, and a yellow lotus flower. On top of that, a full moon disk. On the full moon disk is yellow silver tar, and this is the seed silver of Tara, yellow Tara. And this silver tar radiate rays of light, and honors the enlightened ones absorbed back into the silver tar, and then this is your consciousness. You instantaneously manifest in a form of an exquisite yellow Tara, one face and 4 arms. Your first right hand is holding a wish-granting gesture, and left hand is holding a mala. Yeah, so you're holding the wish-granting gesture and holding a mala. Your left hand is holding a water bottle and a club. You are seated in an elegant, playful posture. So visualize this very clearly. Oh, don't be mama, banla be ma zarabo dawala dale domasamo shaje ma ye chojen dan changwan zamba ye chilo dan wan zam semo jimbe sembe jimo jenge joba. So as you visualize yourself now as an incredible celestial being Tara in the space above you, in the space, so you're no longer a physical Tara, you're a celestial being Tara. And now that this very Tara that you have manifested, imagine on your forehead and all the 6 parts of the body are the 6 syllables, and then particularly from the syllable Hung, rays of light radiate from your heart as a devotion. This implores the blessings from the teacher Yellow Tara as well as the Shran Yellow Tara, and from this invokes the actual wisdom being, the Jnana Sattva. Now you are already in the form of Samaya Sattva Tara, symbolic being Yellow Tara. And now we're going to invoke the wisdom being Tara, Jnana Sattva, through this process. So, through the interdependent origination of your devotion, it implores the blessings of the teacher Tara and the shrine Tara, and both of them invokes the actual Tara from the Potala realm, and then Tara then just descends upon you, and so many sizes, some as huge as mountains, others as tiny as a sesame seed, and others a medium size, like a marble or an orange, or inconceivable number of them descends upon you, like a huge storm of blessings, just like the snow falls on the warm rock, sinks and become part of the warm rock. Likewise, your warmth, devotion, when it's touched by the snowflake, like blessings of Tara absorbs into you, you become completely saturated, and then that blesses your body, and you become completely inundated and washed by the shower of blessings. So with this, as I recite the mantra and do these prayers, please stay very present. imagine you have received the holy Ushnisha Vijaya Tara's holy body blessings. That means that the blessings of this Tara have changed your bodily conduct and what you do by, with, to the body. So if you have a certain challenges in a physical life, the illnesses or bad habits, all of them are purified. Instead, you're given the blessings of fitness, good health, and never to do harm, vicious, violent things towards any sentient beings, because you always remember, I'm a devotee of Dharma, I have refuge in the Triple Gem, I have received the empowerment, how dare I say or do these things? So you have the ability to exercise the control, restrain yourself. And it has sown the seed for you ultimately to achieve the Nirmanakaya of the Ushnisha Vijaya Tara, and also you have received the formal permission to meditate in the form of Tara, and also you should make a habit to have the right perception to see all as a Tara. Now the second is receiving the empowerment of the speech. For this, in order to receive the blessing of the holy speech, as you stay very present with good attention, without any distraction, as you focus on the heart of the Ushnisha Vijaya Tara, that is teacher, at the heart of the teacher's Tara's heart is the moon disk. On the moon disk it is seed silver Ta, and then the seed silver Ta is surrounded by the mantra rosaries. As you repeat the mantra after me, sometimes just the 10-syllable mantra Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha, but here you will repeat also Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Ayujana Pushtin Kuru Soha. As you repeat this and the 10-syllable mantra, imagine the repetition, verbal repetition makes you to see that from the teacher's mouth issuing these yellow garland of mantras, and then from mouth to mouth the garland of mantras emits from the mouth of the Tara teacher and then goes into your mouth, and then in your heart it unveils the syllable Ta, surrounded by these mantras in your heart. With this in mind, you repeat after me this mantra. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Ayu, Jana, Pushtin, Guru, Swaha. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Ayu, Jana, Pushtin, Guru, Swaha. Om Tare, Tutare, Ture, Ayu, Jana, Pushtin, Guru, Swaha. With this recitation, so the first recitation, it sets on your heart chakra. During the second recitation, the mantra rosary becomes inseparable. During the third repetition, it has consecrated and stabilized. For this, you should imagine you're strewing some flowers towards the teacher and requesting to consecrate this mantra to become inseparable, conduct your positive speech. So when I say Chumde Dagizonda Chumde Dala Chenjelo, oh blessed one, having received this mantra, please consecrate the blessings of this mantra to become inseparable form of my speech. So with this in mind, you repeat Chumden Dagi Zonlaji Chumden Dala Chenjelo, Chumden Dala Chenjelo, Chumden Dala Chenjelo. Now imagine the flower of flour that you offer to the teacher is received by a teacher, and the teacher then blesses this flour, transforms the flowers into mantra garland, and gives you each a necklace made out of the mantras. And then, as teacher recites these prayers, and then strews the flower towards you, and then when he recites the mantra, imagine that you receive the holy verbal and auditory blessings of Vishnisha Vijayadhara. Jomden de la Zalaje, Jomden de Langawanza, Jomden de Mijana, de Langawanza, the Zonga, Yangudu Zodo, Oh, Blessed One, please consecrate this Vajra disciple. May the blessings stay firm in them, and may the siddhis and boon of the mantra become their realization. May the good conduct of the Tara's mantra blessings become inseparable conduct of the verbal speech of the disciple. May each of the Vajra disciples' mental continuum be blessed by the secret mantra of Tara. So through this you have now received the oral transmission of the mantra as well as speech blessings of Tara. Speech blessings of Tara means you no longer will speak harshly or harmfully or condescendingly, negatively, untruthfully, divisively towards anyone. You have this ability, power to control your mind, your speech. Instead, you always say kind, compassionate, forgiving ways to speak to other sentient beings. So, therefore, imagine you do no longer have any speech defect, but instead your speech is blessed. But you also, you have seed has been sown in your mental continuum to practice kind speech, right speech, thoughtful speech, and sometimes silence. You don't say nothing because you have the power to control your speech. And this is the empowerment. That even when people say harsh things, you hear them as mantras, hear them as echoes, not as something personally harmful to you or bad what they said. There's nothing there, really. It's all concoction of bad thoughts. But if you have the good thoughts, it can completely, you can completely sort of destroy them into emptiness. So this is real mantra. Real mantra is not recitation of mantra. Real mantra is controlling wrong conception. Manotara. Manotara means mind. Manotara means you're protecting your mind from wrong conceptions. Even verbal recitation of mantras are to prevent your wrong mental conceptions, for you from holding the wrong views. So we use the mantra to stop those thoughts playing up in your mind. So that's the very profound teachings of the secret mantra. Outwardly we may say the mantras, or we may recite, we may carry malas, but those are just out reminders. Real reminder is how not to conceive those bad thoughts, wrong view thoughts, ill will thoughts, resentment thoughts, imperception, impure thoughts. So that's the real mantra. Okay, so now in order to receive the final blessings, that is the blessings of the mind, now sit in the meditative state. You should therefore see the teacher in the form of inseparable Tara, as you show great pure devotion, and in response to the pure devotion, from the teacher's heart, the yellow Tara's heart, issues inconceivable rays of light, goes to the shrine Tara, and then from the shrine Tara, the rays of light goes to the Potala realm in the southern parts of the universe. From there, these Taras are invoked and implored to come, send her blessings, And then Taras, the non-conceptual transcendental wisdom in the form of a yellow flower. Yellow flower, inconceivable number of yellow flowers comes to you, and they fall into you as a Tara, and they completely sinks, absorbs into you, and then you become completely saturated in the mental continuum, same mental continuum as that of Tara. So as I recite these wordings and ring the bell, you should allow this experience to occur. Podala la jeve juzume tuje gove tukana tuje juzume tu number me do vi jingo ubala servo samje me jaba jonde jaranam je zawala kuze kuze jinje lobje me badam no jo mandare Through this you have received the holy mind, the blessings and empowerment of the omniscient mind of Tara. So it means that from here onwards you don't have your negative states of mind, thought, attitudes, fear, doubt, anxiety, resentment, ill will, all gone. You haven't got any of those thoughts because you're woken up from the sleep. You're no longer going to dream. Instead, you have always filled with loving kindness and compassion and a right view towards all sentient beings. So you should stay very present. Try to hold this mental continuum as long as you are able to. So with this, we have concluded the empowerment of the Ushnisha Vijayadhara. Now you will repeat to hold the precepts and not to forget the right view. Please repeat after me. I promise to pay heed to the teachings. I promise to hold the Buddhist precept and not to forget the right view. Not to forget the right view. Not to forget the right view. So with having concluded this, now we're going to do the Thanksgiving Mandala offering. There is enormous merit. If you receive the empowerment properly, and which you have every reason to do, because you all have taken time from your other worldly duties and activities, and stay very present to be here, present with many people from 60 over countries, a couple of thousand people joining like this is enormous collective merit we have. So we should think that the small merit we have accrued from this too will offer the long life of great many teachers like His Holiness Dalai Lama, His Holiness Sakikongma teacher, and all the other great many leaders in the peace in the world, and all good people, all kind people, your parents, your friends alike, may they live long, and may all the conflicts and problems in the world be allayed. It is for this reason we will do the mandala offering, Thanksgiving mandala offering. So that's the way to conclude. So here we go. Oh, the sun, stand and my meru for les Omangaram Buddha Buddha Sattva Saparevar Rana Mandala Puja Manga Samunda Saparan Samaya Dina Zamda Darana Jala Danan Bolana Jijalama Zona Jaya Jana Dina Zamda Dadan Jala Danan Jijalama Zona Jaya Jana Dina Zamda Dadan Jala Danan Bolana Jijalama Jaya Jana Jadozo Chanza Dijibu Zodon, Taya number Yavaj, Malabara Jamba de Yavaz, Shendo de Ma, Chanza Wadan Jujan Javadan, Juzo Yaranguyan Zoang, Juzo, Tamja Dove, Janjo Jango. So here we conclude the Ushnisha Vijayatara empowerment. So we'll have a short 10-minute break. After this, I will do the lung of the sadhana, as well as the explanation of how to practice this. Thank you.
Thầy cảm ơn. Các quý vị đạo hữu, chúng ta nghỉ 10 phút ạ. Sau đó thì ban tổ chức sẽ chia sẻ nghi quỹ và thầy sẽ khẩu truyền và ban nghi quỹ ạ. Xin tri ân công đức và tùy hỷ các đạo hữu.
Okay, welcome everyone. Now at the very beginning I'm going to first give the oral transmission lung of the sadhana, which is a quick reading transmission. Namo Ayala Ekadalada Nujinga Tukundada Miyagananda Rogunjidana Tamje Gedo Dage Jodan Do Dadan Roanangada Nyamazam Jedam Jidu Jimbolijiba. Padela Madamana Jojo, Zoba Junde, Damajona, Bavigan, Shellen, Zoja, Zimjadam, Don Zoba, Yego, Bada, Deja, Dramago, Lazo, Ranches, Zavado, Dan, Zerja, and Dunja Namga, Dunja Nama, Namangara. Jembe Bama Dramasan, you should such it and so young Benza Zamanza, Namanguram, and Namaya Zabarever, Ayadara Zabareva, Argamne, Shabdeva, Conjun, Ladaja, Zon, Zemjadam, there was a Temeshi Gom, Omashune, the Janame Zumba, Dombangan, Banabema, Allen, David, Jingorji, Jingorji, Dendo, Tudo Namba Jama, Bemas, Wandawala, Dale, Roma Gondos, Rama Chaji, Chajima, Chojin, Jingwanzamba, Yejiloda, Yubanzan Passim, Simbe Jimo, Zembe Jimo, Drunge, Zembe Jimo. You Bongan and other Bashavi, Tom the Mother, Lesser Drivers, and Juzo, Samanza, Bajas, Wangel and the Yanaman Benza Samadi, with Alan Bongos, shares over this, that and Bazam Yen shares or she some Shiria on shares, in Bivichu, go into Jilamayala, Bala, the Edible, Yedo, and the Young Dare, do that, do so, Jin and the Jim de Demeda, Simon of the Mongorum, Malabazo, Zo, Zo, Zumbo, Zo, and the new the so that concludes the oral transmission, the lung of the sadhana of Ushnisha Vijaya Tara. Now I'm going to do the short explanation of the sadhana. So the standard sadhana for this 21 Tara follows like this. Firstly, it has what we call sadhana is divided into three parts. The sadhana is a way to accomplish the Tara or the deity. So this is Ushnisha Vijaya sadhana. That means the way to accomplish, to attain the way to accomplish means the way to realize, way to develop the qualities of the Ushnisha Vijaya Tara. That's a sadhana. Sadhana is only given to disciples who have received empowerment. And once the disciples have received the sadhana, then they should, after receiving the empowerment, they are given the permission to do the sadhana. And that lung you receive the lung. Once you receive the wang, which is the empowerment, lung, which is the transmission, then third is you need to receive the tri, which means the actual teachings. So this is called wang, lung, tri. This is what we call wang is empowerment, lung is the transmission, tri is the teaching. So that's what we are doing here. So each of you, I believe, has a copy of the translation in all the relevant languages. So we really thank all the volunteer translators for giving your time. These days giving is not just giving material things. Giving material things is also good, but giving time, giving your heart, giving your energy is very, very Dharma activities. So those of you who have given lots of hours translating these things are very incredible gift. Thank you very much. So that the translations of the sadhana you have are because of the good work of the translators. So that then you can receive the teaching on the basis of the sadhana before you. Some people attend many empowerment, but they don't know, they barely remember the name of the deity. They never receive any empowerment. They never receive the oral transmission and not even receive the sadhana or let alone receive the teachings. So I have made a ruling that whenever I give empowerment, it always will receive the lung as well as the teaching. However short it may be, at least the basic minimum we are trying to do. So this way of honoring the existing past 1300 centuries hard work of our great many lineage masters, they have kept and maintained in this way. So once you receive the wang, lung and tri, then you should try to do the sadhanas formally as well as apply them into everyday life. So the sadhana actually makes yourself to achieve something, not just doing every day something. That's not the real achievement. Achievement is as a result of doing the sadhana, and that something is changing in you, that you no longer are angry or hurt or upset, or you don't do the enmity anymore. You don't have fear anymore, because you're not grasping onto anything that is impermanent as permanent. So that's really sadhana. Real sadhana is not grasping to impermanent things as a permanent and unsatisfactory things as a satisfactory things. Attached to something that's not there anymore. That's a real sadhana. And of course, the quality of the sadhana therefore enables you to transmit this knowledge to other people. So, but to be able to have that power to behave like that and to influence others, you need to do the sadhana and know the contents and meaning, the structure, and the application. So, of course, here when we're giving the explanation of the sadhana, you will look at the text and then follow the steps of the text, yeah? So the structure of the text of the sadhana of the 21 taras are pretty same. So as I mentioned, it is divided into three: the preliminary, the main sadhana, and the conclusion. The preliminary consists of accumulation of merit and accumulation of wisdom. Why? Because preliminary means preparation. So if you have the accumulation of merit, then you will overcome the obscuration of affliction. Accumulation of wisdom, you will remove the obscuration of knowledge. If you remove these two obscurations, then you achieve Rupakaya and Dharmakaya respectively. So right now we don't have sufficient merit. So the merit means good qualities. So therefore we need to purify those obstacles. So therefore accumulation merit itself is divided into I would say common and uncommon. Common is refuge and generation of bodhicitta. So at the very beginning you renew your refuge, yeah? You renew your refuge in the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, the triple gem. Some people think that you take refuge in some gurus or lineage. That's not important. Your real lineage is triple gem lineage. And triple gem, without the triple gem there is no real lineage refuge of any kind. So your refuge is with the triple gem, and of course with this you take refuge in the triple gem and the lineage of that guru, that's practice, which is the lineage of the Suryagupta tradition. Suryagupta is a great Buddhist saint, and so he transmitted this. So that's why when you recite the refuge, there is 4-line refuge prayer. I take refuge in the root guru and holy master lineage, and then to take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma and Sangha. So there's a 4-line in all Vajrayana refuge prayers. Some Tibetan Buddhist traditions even have 6-line refuge prayers. But the liturgically they differ a little bit like that, but in essence it's a triple gem, refuge in the triple gem. So you are renewing the refuge. So if you do the refuge, you visualize in the space above you all the root and lineage gurus, as well as Tara, as well as Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, all in the space above you, and then wholeheartedly renew your refuge. Renew your refuge from your depth of your heart, and verbally and physically, mentally. You recite the refuge prayers, and as it says, I and all sentient beings of 3 realms. It refers to the sentient beings in the desire realm, form realm, or form realm, whose number equals the expanse of space, means they are very vast. And then that text talks about who will go for refuge. Then second is, how long will, and from this time forth until essence of enlightenment reach. So that's talking about the duration refuge is not just for this life or a few hours or a few weeks, but until the essence of enlightenment, because this is Mahayana refuge, And then manner of going for refuge is steadfastly. Steadfastly means you take the refuge slowly and steadily, not to run away from fear, or not just to run away from samsara, but you take refuge to overcome the self-grasping, so that you no longer are selfish. So that's why Mahayana take refuge. The purpose is to overcome the selfishness, not to overcome samsara so much. Samsara is the way you have to come back and help sentient beings, and to do the things beneficial to sentient beings in samsara, you have to have these incredible qualities. So therefore, the people who go for refuge and objects of refuge, the triple gem, the time is until essence enlightenment reach. Manner is steadfast, and the nature is the Buddha as a physician, the doctor, Dharma as the medicine, Sangha as the nurses and carers, and oneself and all sentient beings as a patient. And practicing Dharma as following the medication and following the prescription. So with this in mind, you should then recite the refuge prayer, whether it is CP7 or 21 or whatever, as many as you are able to. Or even if you say a few times, that just have your heart and feelings totally renew your refuge, the triple gem. Then at the end of refuge, you dissolve the Guru and the 3 precious gems. I bow down and take refuge. May you bless my mind stream. So then you supplicate to the root Guru and lineage Gurus, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. They all dissolve into you, and then you will completely physically, verbally, mentally blessed by the triple chain. So that's the common refuge prayer. Second is generation bodhicitta, that is generating the wishing bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta, which is both relative bodhicitta as well as ultimate bodhicitta. So by saying, for the sake of all sentient beings are mastery of perfect Buddhahood, that's the wishing bodhicitta. For that purpose, I practice the meditation and recitation of Ayatara, like say Ushnisha Vijayatara, and then this is like the engaging bodhicitta. So doing sadhana is one form of engaging your bodhisattva practices. So you renew that, and by reciting refuge bodhicitta prayer 3 times, you are renewing your bodhisattva vows. So by doing the refuge, you restore the pratimoksha vows. By doing the bodhicitta prayer, you restore the bodhisattva vows. So that concludes the common preliminaries. Now, uncommon preliminaries, accumulation merit. So accumulation merit are 2. One, you accumulate merit in relation to holy beings. One in relation to ordinary sentient beings. First, you accumulate merit in relation to holy beings by accumulating merit in presence of the holy beings. So for that you invoke them. Invocation merit in an instant from the seed syllable tam, seed syllable ta actually. So you don't be too fussy about syllable tam or ta because all taras are one. But here, specifically for Ushnisha Vijayataras, it's seed syllable ta in the heart of oneself, and then you just raise a light, you invoke all the 21 taras before you, presided over by Ushnisha Vijayatara, and so you invoke that through mantra by saying Om Vajasamanja. Mudra is touching your 2 hands and then snapping the finger across like this. Mantra, mudra, and dhyana is through you visualize the seed syllable tam from your heart goes out to invite all the taras, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas in the space before. So that's the dhyana. So dhyana is mental, mudra is a physical, and mantra is a verbal. So this interplaying of the body, speech, mind, practicing together. What do? You invoke the merit. Merit field is called, because you need a field towards in which you cultivate your crops. Likewise, you need a field in presence of whom you create merit. So here you need all the assembly of Tara before you. So that's that done. Then second thing is you make the accumulated merit. What do? You first accumulate merit by making the 8 offerings. So 8 offerings are drinking water, argam. So that's the. This also you do mantra, mudra, and dhyana. Mantra is Om Aryadara Sabareva Argam. Mudra is that these hand gestures, and then do the relevant hand gesture offerings of the drinking water. And the dhyana is you do the mental visualization, concentration that the goddesses issue from your heart and make the offering to the enlightened ones, and then that very goddess absorb back into your heart. So this kind of visualization occurs after every one of the 8 offerings. So the offering is accumulation merit because offering is giving. Giving is merit because giving overcomes your miserliness, stinginess, meanness, covetousness, greediness. All of these are hindrances. We all have lots of karma due to grasping, coveting, greediness, not giving and giving to get, all this kind of hindrances. So to purify that, if we imagine as we're making these 8 offerings to Tara, in order to purify our negativities of miserliness, stinginess, and the like. So that's accumulation merit by making 8 offerings. And then second is accumulation merit by doing 7-fold prayer. Remember we just did the 7-fold prayer during the empowerment. You go through that 7-fold prayer each day in the presence of the enlightened ones. then you do the sevenfold prayer once again. Sevenfolds are a limb of confession to purify guilt and resentment, a limb of the rejoicing to purify jealousy, competitiveness, and arrogance. And then we do the limb of generating ultimate bodhicitta to remedy ordinary worldly aims and objectives. Then we take a fourth limb is taking refuge in the triple gem. This is to overcome our addiction to material, mundane, physical world. So our aim is to achieve Buddhahood. So therefore, and then fourth limb is take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, not in money, people, places, position, and wealth, and the fame and reputation. So we overcome those 8 worldly dharmas, take refuge in the triple gem. And then the fifth limb is generating wishing bodhicitta, sixth limb is engaging bodhicitta, and seventh is dedication merit. So all of these 7, you perform this in the presence of the enlightened ones. While repeating these 3 times, you join your hands at the heart as a mudra. Verbally you say them beautifully, and emotionally you totally believe in every word you say. With this in mind, if you do the sevenfold prayer, you are accumulating merit and overcoming all the antithesis. So that's the accumulation merit with the holy ones. Then second is accumulating merit in relation to sentient beings. Then in relation to sentient beings, we have a huge opportunity to accumulate merit, such as by practicing loving kindness. When you say, may all beings have happiness and cause of happiness, when you generate loving kindness, people become very, very happy. It's much more cause of happiness by showing loving kindness than showering them with some material wealth or something. So loving kindness is the highest gift, love, the gift of love. When you receive someone's love, like your mother's love, how much comfortable you are, how much incredible feeling of satisfaction you have. So joy, showing loving kindness to someone is incredible, let alone showing loving kindness to all sentient beings. So may all beings have happiness, cause happiness is immeasurable loving kindness. You're making vow every day to practice loving kindness in your life, because lots of people are practicing hating, and they're resenting, they're harboring ill will. So loving kindness is incredibly meritorious, because once you try to conceive loving kindness, you will not do any hate and ill will. Incredible blessings. Second is immeasurable compassion. May all beings be free from suffering and their cause of suffering. Not a single being wants suffering, but that's all they get, poor thing. And so you feel so sad that the world is so beleaguered by sentient beings' helplessness and blindness, and crippled by the ill will and resentment, aggression and hostility and so on, between nations, between ethnicity, between neighbors, between brothers, between in-laws. It's so sad. Over a miserable issue, they're so hating over that for a long time. What a pity. So you feel so sad. You feel compassionate to all the world that are so bashed by their mutual hate. Such a sad thing, isn't it? So you should sit every day in Tara practice and reflect on these things. It will definitely slowly change you in an enormous manner. Immeasurable transformation you will experience when you meditate, when you turn to meditation on compassion. May they be free, may they never part from the happiness that knows no suffering. That's joyfulness. You really wish sentient beings to have an happiness that comes from lack of resentment and lack of attachment, lack of laziness and lack of greediness. Then their joy will be incredible. Otherwise they're so depressed or stressed by this, about that. They think that's the only thing. They're so stupid, so pitiful, so uneducated to become suppressed, depressed, and hurt, and stressed by small things like that, you know. And so you wish they have a happiness that does not turn into suffering. So that's the third one. May they never part from happiness that knows no suffering. So if you see people joyful because they don't do ill will or resentment and so on, how wonderfully liberating it is. You know. So we should pray every day. May people practice joyfulness. And then last is may they dwell in equanimity, free from attachment, those near and far. So that is the immeasurable equanimity. So your praying sentient beings not become too attached to one and too aversive to another. Just learn to take a kind of a distance from both of these. So this is a profound concern for the plight of helpless, limitless sentient beings. So you meditate on the four immeasurables briefly while you're saying this. So that's the four immeasurables. So that concludes the accumulation method that overcomes the gross obscuration of both karma and affliction. The second is the accumulation of wisdom by meditating on emptiness. So for this you recite the mantra Om Svabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Svabhava Shuddha. So main meditation of yourself as a yellow Tara begins here. You dissolve your ordinary sense of self into emptiness, and out of that state of emptiness, then you manifest as the Ushnisha Vijaya Tara, who start with the yellow syllable, yellow lotus with the syllable, with the moon and the syllable Ta, and from that you manifest as a yellow Tara, one face, forearm, and whose right hand is granting excellence, and holding a mala, left hand is holding a water bottle and a club. So seated in an elegant meditative posture, and so your body is completely covered with beautiful, silk as garments, and your forehead is Om Tare, and so and then in your eye, for the white Om Tare Soha on your eyes, and blue Tutare on your ears, and yellow Om Tutare Soha on your nose, red Om Tu Soha on your tongue, blue Om Re Soha in your heart, and green Om Tare Ni Soha in your crown. So on top of that you visualize Om Hung, so syllable Om, red white Om, red blue Hung in your heart, and then from the syllable Hung rays the light shine and invokes all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So you have now become Tara, and then the structure of it that you have not only become Tara, but you are for your 6 parts of the body and are all marked by these 6 syllables. And now you have become Samaya Sattva Tara. Now in order to elevate yourself to become one with the Jnana Sattva Tara, you have to first invoke Jnana Sattva, wisdom being Tara, by rays of light shining from your heart, and then Jnana Sattva, wisdom Tara, the Ushnisha Vijaya appears before you, and this is done by mantra, Om Vaja Samanja, and mudra is that snapping of the finger, and dhyana is you unveil, and Tara appears. And then you say Za Hung Vam Ho, the wisdom being Tara absorbs into the Jnana Sattva Tara in the space before. They merge together, so therefore you together with the Samaya Sattva and Jnana Sattva become one. So that's that. And then After that, again, you are invoking the five Tathagatas to give you the empowerment, to endorse you. So 5 empowerment deities, which presided over by Amoga Siddhi in the middle, are invoked in the space. Again, with the mantra Om Vaja Samanja, and then you make the supplication, may all the Tathagata bestow the empowerment upon me. And then the 5 Tathagata led by Amoga Siddhi recites that verse, just as the gods offered holy water when you were born, when Shakyamuni Buddha you were born. With this pure holy water, we also offer to you. So saying, imagine they ring the bell and pour holy water onto you, the 5 Tathagatas, and then empowerment is now bestowed upon you. So that's like a watering you. Like all pan-religious ceremonies have to do with the watering, whether it's baptism or whatever. Here in Vajrayana empowerment, pouring the water, your whole body becomes filled and all your stains of karma and obscurations removed, and then your crown is now sealed by green Amoga Siddhi on your crown. And so after you have received that, the empowerment, then you recite the verse, the particular verse. I bow to her who is the Ushnisha of Tathagatas, who achieved limitless victory and who is served by the conqueror sons who have obtained all the perfections. So that particular verse you recite as a praise to Tara, that you are now the Tara, the Ushnisha Vijaya Tara, that you have become as a Domba Amoga Siddhi. You are now full-fledged Tara, who is embodiment of union of not only Samaya and Jnana Sattva, but now the third Samadhi Sattva. Now you can really stay meditating. While focusing on the three-tier Tara, three-tier Sattvas, the Samaya Sattva, Jnana Sattva, together with the Samadhi Sattva, focusing on the syllable Ta, surrounded by the 10-syllable mantra, while focusing on the seed syllable, that's Ta, surrounded by the mantra rosary, Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Soha, on the moon disk, and then you recite the 10-syllable mantra Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Soha, or you can recite the Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Ayupunya Pushtin Kuru Soha, whichever of that is. So usually you recite the 10-syllable mantra as well as however many times the specific Tara mantra. So with that, during the mantra recitation, you should stay very, very free of any of the obstacles of laziness. Not reciting mantra clearly, not visualizing this so lazy, and also free from obscuration of forgetfulness. You are reciting mantra, you shouldn't forget how to think of all sentient beings for whose sake you're going to radiate these mantras. And you should free of dullness and agitation and distraction and doubts and over-application and non-application. All those normal hindrances of meditation, ill will, resentment, sloth, torpor, the doubt, laziness, all these obstacles. While removing these, you should recite the mantra, even if it's just 21 times or 1 round of mala. You should recite the mantras very, very clearly and with a great, it says, while focus on C syllable, because C syllable, why should you focus? C syllable Ta is radiating amazing healing light of love, compassion, wisdom, power, and this it is invoking all the blessings from the enlightenment. It is also blessing sentient beings. With this mind, then you recite the mantra. So then comes the conclusion of the sadhana. Conclusion of the sadhana is, oh Holy Tara, please bestow the common and uncommon attainment. Attainment means siddhis. Common means worldly, uncommon means excellent enlightenment. So you are requesting worldly common siddhis such as fearlessness, lack of ill will, lack of jealousy, presence of your wealth and friendship and joy and discipline. These are common Siddhis. Some people have those Siddhis. And then the uncommon Siddhi is attainment of actual enlightenment. So with this mind, you recite Om Holy Tara, please bestow common and uncommon attainment for myself. And then you breathe on the mala, put on your head, and then you do the dissolution of visualization. The dissolution of visualization is light rays issue from your heart, causing the lotus, the yellow lotus, and the moon disk upon which you sit, dissolve in the light, absorb into oneself. So this being a brief sadhana, they don't have the full dissolution of visualization. But if you wish to, I don't think it is not a mistake to do the detailed dissolution of visualization of all your whole body into the mantra rosary into syllable ta into the slowly starts and vanishes. So then you stay in that state for as long as you're able to. And when a thought comes, you then reappear as a post-meditational tara and then do the dedication of merits. So that concludes the sadhana explanation, everyone. Thank you very much. May you all be able to have the good sensibility to adhere to these teachings, because teaching means pointings. We should be shown the way to be, what not to see, what not to think, knowing I shouldn't be thinking when you're thinking this, and then being able to stop that, and knowing that whatever somebody says is not what he says, it's only what I think. So don't show any pigment of imagination on what they say. And these are real practice. These are real practice. So you can actually see you are being tarat, you're being saved. You're saved by tara in you. And you are not letting yourself to be drowned in the sea of sadness or sea of worries, sea of anxiety. You are not letting yourself burned in the inferno of anger, fear, and judgment. You're not allowed to do. This is tara. This is real tara. Real tara is when you are really present. When you're really consciously aware of the Dharma, and you are become rejuvenated as a youthful, ever green yellow tara. Ever green yellow tara. So means you stay always, and through that eyes you see other sentient beings with grace and kindness, and hear those things they say as mantras, your thought as dreams. And so if you can do that, then the benefit of receiving empowerment and the lung and doing the sadhana, having the mala mantras on your lips, always being able to turn to Tara mantra when some bad thoughts or bad situations appears, you just use those mantras, murmur those gently, and regain your composure, and remember the Guru, remember the Bodhicitta, remember Tara and the right view. These are incredible. People says don't forget the keys, don't forget your phone, but don't forget the right view. Don't forget the Bodhicitta. These are the real keys. These are real things. So may you all be able to benefit by listening and paying deep attention to this empowerment teaching tonight. So with this, I'd like to thank everyone who has helped to make this possible, and we do the dedication of merits. So recently, I heard the passing away of one of our very senior Kempos, Sonam Gyatso, who is a habit of the Sakya nunnery down in Mandawala. He passed away after having lived a very meaningful life and contributing vastly to the teachings of Dharma in the world. While he is passing away, he seems like a great loss, but at the same time it's a great teaching. Only one can live one's life so totally for the benefit of spreading the Dharma. So with this in mind, we do the dedication of merits. Thank you, everyone.
Thầy xin cảm ơn tất cả quý vị đạo hữu.
So thank you very much, everyone, particularly all our organizers and translators, for your good effort. May you be well, wise, and compassionate at all times. Thank you.
Thầy xin cảm ơn tất cả quý vị đạo hữu.
Dear friends, on behalf of Sakya friends, I express our deepest gratitude to our dear teacher Lama Chöda Rinpoche. Many thanks to all the translators. Tomorrow Rinpoche will give the empowerment of Hung resounding Tara. It will start the same time as today. Zoom ID will also be the same. Thank you everyone and see you tomorrow in Sakya Friends Zoom.
Các quý đạo hữu sẽ quay trở lại để thọ nhận quán đảnh ngày mai. Thank you very much Rinpoche. Xin tri ân công đức của đạo sư và tri ân công đức của tất cả quý vị đạo hữu, và xin hẹn gặp lại quý vị đạo hữu vào 17 giờ chiều mai.